Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The weight of a decade's worth of family turmoil appeared to fall on Kody Brown's shoulders in that single, devastating moment, and the courtroom was silent as the judge's gavel fell. What began as a routine legal matter turned into an explosive public unraveling of one of reality television's most polarizing patriarchs. After months of testimony, depositions, and shocking revelations, the final judgment ended many lingering disputes between Kody Brown and his former wives, Mary, Christine, and Janelle, as well as several of his adult children. It was a significant legal and emotional victory. What no one expected, however, was the deeply emotional statement Kody gave after the verdict. It was raw, emotional, and for the first time, many fans felt they saw a man stripped of ego and bravado, revealing the tragic truth about how fame, polygamy, and fractured relationships had hollowed out the very core of his once tight family. The initial focus of the court case had been on the long-running dispute over the Coyote Pass property, and the financial allegations made by Janelle and Christine about how Kody and Robyn broke verbal agreements and mismanaged assets. But as the trial progressed, deeper issues began to emerge, particularly claims of emotional neglect, manipulation, and financial betrayal. Bank statements, personal emails, and text messages that Christine provided substantiated her years of investment in the family's collective assets, demonstrated that she had contributed financially to land to which she had no rights in the end. Kody and Robyn were accused of rerouting funds toward Robyn's home and children while ignoring the rest of the family, as Janelle pointed out in her blunt, direct tone. Mary, who had previously avoided speaking up in a number of arguments, told her own story, describing how, after decades of loyalty, she was left alone, ignored, and emotionally abandoned. The children's testimony, on the other hand, was what really shook the courtroom to its core. Gwendolyn Brown, who is known for being outspoken, took the stand and gave a vehement and emotional account of her father's absence at important points in her life. She described how she and her siblings felt like afterthoughts while Robyn's children received special treatment. Despite her shaking voice, she paused and said, "He wasn't there for me," as tears welled up on her cheeks. He was there for them, always them. In the background of his new life, we were just shadows. In their heartbreaking testimony, Gabriel and Garrison described their estrangement from Kody, including the arguments, dismissiveness, and ultimately, abandonment they felt when he refused to apologize or accept responsibility for the division he had caused. Then came the financial audit, which was a comprehensive forensic examination of the Brown family's finances over the past 10 years that revealed shocking details. Even when Christine and Janelle were still contributing to the family pot, court-appointed accountants say that over 75% of the shared family income from shared TLC earnings and book sales went directly to Robyn and Kody's household. Kody and Robyn were ordered to repay a significant amount of funds that were misappropriated, and end all financial ties with the other wives as a result of the damning findings. But it wasn't the financial judgment that stole the headlines. It was Kody's own statement following the verdict. For years, Kody Brown was viewed as a man who clung tightly to his own version of righteousness. He never wavered publicly in his belief that his decisions, no matter how contentious they may have been, were made in the best interest of his family, regardless of whether his fans adored him or detested him. However, something had altered. Kody appeared more broken than enraged as he sat before the court, his legal options exhausted, and the family ties shattered. As he began to speak, his voice was hoarse and almost unrecognizable. He began, "I thought I was building something sacred. I thought that being a polygamist was a higher calling, a way to give my family love, connection, and spiritual strength. I thought it was noble what we were doing." He paused, his eyes wet. "But I failed. I didn't just fail as a husband. I failed as a father. I followed my resentment. I chose my opponents. I ignored the pain of my children. The women who started our family from scratch were dismissed by me. And worst of all, I justified it all in the name of faith." Gasps filled the courtroom as Kody continued to detail the cost of his choices, not just in legal terms but emotional ones. He described having trouble falling asleep due to the distant voices of his children, and realizing too late that he had become obsessed with Robyn's emotional needs while his other wives had become disposable. I was more than just their husband or father. I was also their leader, and I led us all into destruction. In his concluding remarks, the judge, clearly moved, noted that the Brown family's emotional trauma and betrayal would take years, if not lifetimes, to heal, despite the clear financial decisions. He urged all parties to seek healing, not just through the courts, but through honest communication and personal reflection. Fans and media swarmed outside the courthouse in anticipation of responses. Christine, ever composed, simply said, "I didn't want this. I never wanted court. But I finally got the truth because I wanted it. I didn't do this for revenge. I did this for closure." Janelle agreed with her. "For my children. For my quiet." Mary offered no comment, her silence speaking volumes. However, Robyn appeared to be shaken, and as they left, she clung to Kody's arm. During the trial, she gave her own testimony and denied manipulating Kody or attempting to alienate the other wives. However, financial records and court documents presented a different picture, making it difficult for fans to reconcile her tears with her actions. Many viewers who had once sympathized with her now questioned whether she had intentionally become the wedge that shattered the Brown family for good. Back at home, the aftermath of the judgment rippled across social media, family relationships, and the future of the Sister Wives show itself. Despite TLC's official refusal to comment, rumors began to circulate that the network was re-evaluating the series' direction. With Kody's public image tarnished and several family members refusing to film, it was unclear whether the show could even continue in its original form. A spin-off centered on Christine, Janelle, or even the children reclaiming their identities outside of the polygamist lens was a possibility, according to some. But the court ruling had also ignited something unexpected: healing. Some of the Brown children are said to have reached out to one another for the first time in years, holding private meetings without the presence of producers or cameras. Christine and Janelle, who were finally able to pursue their dreams without being bound by Kody's controlling hold, were said to be working together on a joint business venture. Even Mary, who is often the only person in the group who doesn't talk to anyone, made a vague post on social media that said, "Closure is a blessing." This post made hints at new beginnings. Freedom is a blessing. Forward is the only way. According to family sources, Kody had begun individual and family therapy with the intention of reuniting with the children he had lost along the way. Kody reportedly personally apologized to several of his adult children in a rare act of humility, and began the long process of trying to mend strained relationships. What remains clear in the wake of the final judgment is this: Kody Brown's image as the patriarch of a successful plural family has been permanently shattered. The courtroom became the stage where his carefully curated narrative crumbled, replaced by the raw, painful truth of misused trust, favoritism, and the slow destruction of what was once a united, if unconventional, household. However, there is a glimmer of hope amidst that rubble. Hope that genuine reconnection, accountability, and healing can emerge when the truth is finally acknowledged. Kody's story is now about the consequences of failing those who shared your belief in plural marriage rather than the dream of plural marriage itself. And the court's decision was more than just a victory in court for many fans and family members. It was the long overdue reassessment that might, just might, result in real change. ChatGPT asked.